Coach has brought with him number 14, DJ Zimmerman, number 20, Tyrese Thomas, number 37, Grant Floden, number 44, Dean Lowry, and number 84, Jackson Meister. Coach, tell us what it feels like to win the 6A title.
Well, it's a feeling that you just can't do justice talking about right after it happens. It's something that I and my coaches have worked at nonstop ever since we've been together at Boylan, and it's something that we really transfer that sense of urgency to our kids, and I'm so proud of them and all the effort they put in all season long for us to get to this point.
Coach,
questions?
In the first half, Lally was running and picking up some big chunks of yardage. You guys were down 13-7. What adjustments did you make to stop the rushing attack?
You know, I think it was more of a cumulative effect, Ken. We went to our hurry-up offense, and we tried to wear them down on offense. You know, they got 3 or 4 guys going both ways, and we were able to effectively move the ball when we went to our hurry-up. And I think that kind of wore them down a little bit, and it enabled our defense, I think, to catch up.
You guys took advantage of turnovers as well. They had, I think, 4 fumbles and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, it feels different to be on the other end of that from this season. So it's just one of those things that, you know, our guys were opportunistic and in the right spot when the ball popped.
Hey, Coach, you talk about your first couple drives. There's so many times where you barely picked up the first down. And how huge were those, and how hard were they to? It seemed like they had you, and you strained forward and got the extra yard you need.
On the first series, you mean, when we drove down, and you know, we prefer to run the ball, as you well know, Matt, and you know, we saw that they were really playing a lot of guys close to the line of scrimmage, so we threw the ball, I think, effectively at times, and I think Lamont had a big scramble for a first down in there, and we felt like, you know, we're going to have to move them off the ball vertically for us to run the ball.
I know you were concerned about their big physical offensive line in the game. What about the defense? They really stepped up to the physical challenge.
They really did, and, you know, I think our conditioning had a big part of that in the second half. I think our guys were much better at getting off blocks and bringing down some of their terrific ball carriers.
Coach, back in August, if we would have said 14-0, state championship, first in school history, what would you have said?
I would have said maybe. You know, I mean, that's our goal coming in every year. We write it down, we talk about it, we practice like it, we work out for that. It's always a possibility, and I think this year made believers out of all of us.
We all knew about your offensive weapons, but your defense got better every week.
Our defense did a terrific job this year of just growing and getting more experienced. I think, you know, that was one of our big concerns. Anytime you graduate all 3 of your linebackers and both your corners, you're going to be nervous. And Coach Fagan and the group just did a terrific job working those guys up. And then I think it was a compliment to our special teams, too. They helped our defense with good punting, great kickoff coverage. We were a little shaky at that at the beginning of the year, but we got better at that as the year went on.
Talk about the pass play in the second half to Dean Lowry, who made a highlight reel leaping grab inside the 5-yard line. First catch of the year?
First catch of the year? Well, you only throw it to guys who catch a ball, you know, so we must have had our doubts about it. But he's such a valuable part of our defense. He could play both ways all day long, and then you rob him from, you know, his greatest production level, which is on our defensive line. But that was a terrific grab by him. Great throw, too. Put it up in the air and gave him a chance to bring it down.
It seems like, talking about your defense, it seems like every big game you've been better on defense in the second half than the first half. I mean, sometimes it seems like you start slow, but, you know, Hananiga and Terry Grove and last week and this week. What makes your defense get so much stronger as the game goes on?
Well, I think we got a terrific defensive coordinator, Josh Fagan. I think he does a phenomenal job. I think Bill Flodine, our secondary coach, helps him make adjustments at half. And then I think our off-season conditioning is just a huge part of what we do. I mean, we believe that if we get into the second half and we're close, we're going to wear people down. We're going to find a way.
Did you change anything at all? You were talking about how you had to back them off the line to run. Did they not back you off, and did you come up more to shut down their run?
No, I think it was a matter of us, you know, getting better leverage, I think, and getting into our gaps a little bit better. We squeezed the box a little bit better, but they still, you know, they had some big runs in the second half. You know, we were just fortunate to grab the ball when it popped out.
Coach, talk about the pride that the entire school must feel, not only with the high school football championship, this coming a couple of weeks after the state soccer championship.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to write a better fall than we've had this year at Boylan High School, and it's something I'm so pleased to be a part of contributing, because it's just a phenomenal school. We got a great kids, great faculty, and it feels great to be a part of contributing to that feeling.
Talk about how amazingly efficient this pass for a team that runs the last 2 weeks in the playoffs. It seems like every time you throw a pass, it's the first down.
I can't explain that because, you know, we do what we always do during the week. We didn't change anything, and I think our quarterbacks just both decided to have their best games of the year in today's game.
13 of 17, 202 yards and a touchdown from the air.
How many yards rushing do we have this? Sorry.
It's 20 yards total in the first half.
That's just an offensive great job by our line, by our backs, by our quarterbacks. It's one of those things that if you could write it up in a story, this is what you'd have happen in the state championship game.
213 yards rushing for.
That's pretty good balance then, right? That's what we always strive for.
Tyrese, you talk about especially in the first half. How easy was that to move the ball? I mean, if you get 320 yards of offense in the first half.
We gotta give it up to the linemen. You know, they are the backbone of this team. You know, behind them we are able to run well. You know, and like the passing yards, we're able to get those as well.
How nice was it to recover after the fumble there on the first drive and a couple big runs for touchdowns there?
Yeah, the fumble was never good, but never good. But I do have something good to say about it. It actually woke me up. You know, I started thinking to myself, I'm in a state championship game. I better do something about it. And I was able to come out and, you know, do what I did.
Can I get a comment from Jackson Meister, who was wide open? Jackson, talk about realizing you were wide open and making the catch and scoring the touchdown, a 54-yard touchdown.
Yeah, you know, we practice that play all the time in practice. Me and Lamont are real close friends. Play was an X-foot, so, you know, you try to find an open seam, found it, launched it up there, and I just grabbed it.
What does it mean to you scoring a touchdown in a state championship game?
No, it's unbelievable. Words can't describe what I'm feeling right now.
What was it like watching the ball in the air and knowing how open you were?
You know, you just gotta think, just can't drop it, just put your arms out there, you know. You just dream about that all your life.
Did the whole first half seem like a dream for your offense? I mean, how unstoppable did you guys feel out there?
Definitely, you know, we had push up front by the line. Line's been working great all year, and then passing game 200 yards and the running game 200 yards, you know, evens out. It's hard for the other team to figure out what you're going to do next.
Dean and DJ and Grant, we watched your games, most of your regular season games, all of your playoff games. Your defense, Dean, you've been great all year. DJ, you had a big pick today. And Grant, you've been great in the playoffs. Talk about your defense really kind of coming together.
I think that you know, every week we're really prepared with our coach Josh Fagan, and if we start out slow in the first half, we're always really confident at the halftime that Coach Fagan's going to give us what's wrong and tell us what's going on, and we just go out there and do the job, and we never get down on each other. We just always stick together, and do our job.
DJ, you talk about, I mean, it's one thing to win a state title, another to win just pulling away and looking super dominant. I mean, does that make it feel even better at all to come out here and I'm sure you guys will all have this tape forever?
Yeah, at the beginning of the game, I didn't think it was going to be like this in the second half, but we came out strong in the second half and we shoved them down, and our offense did awesome like they always do. So.
Can you talk about that? I mean, did you feel at halftime that maybe the offense was carrying the team and you guys needed to do more on defense?
Yeah, I kind of felt that in the second quarter, actually. So, but our defense stepped up in the second half, and I give hats off to our offense and offensive line.
How do you do that? I mean, every game, it seems like you guys, you compare halves, you're twice as good in the second half, maybe when it matters most. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that, but I think we didn't come out as well as we should have in the first half, but we came out in the second half and shut them down.
Grant Flodine, can I get your perspective? You had a couple of big fumble recoveries last week, I believe. Another great performance today. Talk about the defense coming together.
Well, I mean, our defense, like you said, we always get punched in the mouth in the beginning of the game. We always start realizing this is a big deal. We need to really do what we've done in our conference. So we step it up, and come second half, we have a feel for the game. We just do what we do best.
Grant, I think you had 6 turnovers by 5 different guys. I think, and you also had, I think, about 4 different guys had sacks. I mean, can you talk about how it seems like nobody does a ton on the team? It's like everybody doing fair amount.
Well, you know, we're all I think very equal, and like I mean, position-wise, I think we're all very balanced. We get, I mean, put in the positions to do what we do, and we do it great.
Coach, is this redemption for the Nick 10 conference, do you think? The Nick 10 in the last few years, well, you get in the playoffs and you play them out. Is this redemption for the caliber of play in the Nick 10?
Well, I definitely think it is, and I think it's a bad rap that, the schools in the Nick 10 are really weak, and, it all comes down to matchups and how healthy you are going in the playoffs, and, I'm proud of our conference. I thought they did some good things this year, and obviously they gave us some challenges. I mean, especially in the Belvedere game this year, and I think our conference is a solid conference. It's not the best in the state. It's not the worst in the state.
How much time,
One last question.
How much time off do you take before you start thinking about 2011?
Well, we start our off-season weightlifting program next Monday, a week from Monday. We'll give them a week to kind of heal up a little bit, and then we'll start moving again. It's what we do. It's what we are.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, guys. Congratulations on a great season.
And the victorious Titan players wrapping up a press conference here. And what a day in Champaign.